so fast. Is this everybody right here? Okay. All right. We ready? Okay, good morning. Just wanted to thank you for getting here over to give us a minute to kind of bring everybody up to date on where we are. Of course, we all know with the COVID and the pandemic, it changes things all over the country, all over the world, and certainly right here in North Carolina and in Wake County. The biggest concern that I had on the onset of COVID has actually came in and struck us here, and it's been touching us throughout the office, but it certainly has touched our pistol permit division. Over the weekend, we found out that one of the members tested positive. As you recall, faced several lawsuits and things at the onset of COVID because I, was trying to pause and suspend the process long enough to get our precautions in place, as you see behind you, in place to keep our people safe. That was my number one concern. It certainly was in no way and in no intention, and we did not, I believe, violate anyone's rights, constitutional rights, or any other rights. It was just a step of us trying to protect my staff here inside this sheriff's office so we could continue to serve the county through issuing those permits. But today we are here to let everyone know that the COVID has been confirmed in that division. So that requires all those members, about 9 to 10 members that run that unit, that division each day, getting those permits out to be tested. It could very well mean that office would be shut down, but we're making efforts now to keep it rolling, even in the midst of the testing that's required and necessary to continue. So on Monday, tomorrow, we'll have a modified crew that we're putting together just to at least try to meet the appointments that were scheduled for tomorrow. On tomorrow, Monday, we have about 171 scheduled to pick up their purchase and altogether between that and concealed that's scheduled for appointment on tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, we have another 245 that are scheduled. So if you're looking at just a couple of days to try to get that testing done and try to get those staff members back in place, a couple of days, you're looking at about 416 appointments that were scheduled for the next 2 days that is going to be affected in some kind of way. Now again, we've issued 32,700 purchase permits this year alone compared to 22,201 permits last year. So when you look at those numbers, that alone has got to show you that demand for the purchase permits and things is so great that when you put it up against the 14-day period that you hear a lot of people complain about me in this office violating their rights by not getting them their permits on the 14-day period. Well, that's that 14-day, even in general statute, is focused around just normal requests. These numbers are not normal, and we've got a lot of people who have been extremely patient. They understand. They're looking at those numbers and they're saying to themselves, "Hey, that is just that's astonishing." And they're waiting for their appointments. Some are calling, they understand, and that's kind of what we're looking at. You can sue me all day, but those numbers tell you that it's going to be almost impossible to service that number of applications with the process that's in place, the background checks that are required in the 14-day period. So we're just asking that you be patient. We're going to get them. We're going to get them out. We're cranking them out. Just to show you some additional numbers. January 1 through September 13th of this year, 25,402 requests were received, in comparison to 7,685 last year. Those that were approved and delivered from January 1 of this year through September 13th of this year, 32,700, compared to a year ago, 10,499. The purchase permit application still in need of processing is about 4,045, and we're currently processing 2,020 a week. So, I mean, that's what the crew of 10 people, we've pulled them from other places, from other areas to come in and help. It requires that DCI certification and some other things to be able to process them. So, you know, again, when you look at the current concealed applications processed from January 1 through September 13th of this year, 9,339 compared to 7,409 last year. That's a difference of about 1,930 some odd. So again, you know, we're here. I promised that I would bring transparency to this office, regardless of what it would bring me in terms of, you know, the feedback and negative or positive. I was going to let the people know what's happening in here, and that's what we're doing today. I don't want anyone to think that we're sitting here trying to hide behind the fact that that place has been confirmed, and we have to, people here this morning, clean it out for us so we can begin to get back on the road on tomorrow, trying in any way we can to get those applications, get those purchase permits out. You know, again, it's touching, and as long as this pandemic is happening, it's going to continue to affect this office and any other office, any other business. That's just the nature of this beast. We had our IT, we had to close it down, short of 2 or 3 people last week, while everyone went and got tested. It's going through this office. We've been very, very fortunate over the last 6 months to not have any more than we have, but it's going to happen. And so we're no different from anyone else. And so I just want to make sure that everyone understands, everyone knows that we're here. We're going to continue to do the job that we're here to do. We're going to continue working to get those pistol permits and those CCWs out with everything that we have. But I just wanted to make sure that there's no misunderstanding of what's going on. And I appreciate you all here, and I'd love to take any questions that you have.
So you said one person did test positive, and that may have exposed maybe 9 to 10 other people?
That is correct.
And so they were in the month permit, are different people coming in on Monday to take over the permit, or what is going to happen?
Well, the modification that we are going to try to make is going to involve some folks who were out on leave that were not, that we feel and believe that we probably are safe, on top of some folks who have not had direct contact, but the rest of them do work in pretty close quarters back here. So that's just the modification. That's the attempt that we're going to try to make to keep from shutting it down. No, it'll be fewer until we can get the test results back, because again, it takes special training to be able to process those permits. So, and you know, even if we went and if we had 2 or 3 others, their DCI usage is going to be patrol related. It's not going to be, so it would still be a matter of trying to teach them how to process these permits. If we were to do that, so, but that's, nothing's ruled out. We're going to do all we can, as we always have, to try to keep getting those permits and those out to the citizens and those who want them. Some will want them right away, and we're getting them out just as fast as we can. But we're not violating anyone's rights. I don't have a problem saying that. I'm going to say it. It's just a demand that has never been seen before. Again, the numbers speak volumes as to what the delay is. And so it's not, we're not trying to get them out. It's just record-breaking numbers in terms of trying to get the purchase permit, those permits to purchase. So again, I appreciate you all coming out to help us get the message out. You're always here for us, and we appreciate you so much.
Sheriff, what's the policy for the county or your office if someone's working in the office or somebody is tested positive, do those people need to go home for a certain?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we have our own COVID system set up along with the county and emergency operating center over here. Have to be notified. And what they do is they explain to that person what the procedure is, and obviously they can't report back to duty until they've been tested and that test result is negative, so that the quarantine goes into effect. And so anyone who has been in contact with that person has to be quarantined and tested as well. So the quarters back here for pistol permits is really tight. It's a cubicle section, and I don't have a problem with letting you all go back to see it if you want to. Just to show you, you know, it's pretty tight quarters back there, and so they're back there every day, you know, working, cranking these things out. And so, you know, we have to make sure that with them being that close together, that if we can't just send the person who's confirmed they went themselves, they won't start feeling some of the symptoms on Friday when they got checked, came back positive. So that notification comes to us, and now we've got to make sure that everybody else is tested. So that's the process, and we're certainly not hiding behind it. We're here to let you know what's going on.
Given the nature of the work, it's almost, is it possible for any of these people to just work from home, or do they have to be there at a terminal?
We'll have to be at a terminal, yes, sir. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. But, you know, again, with this office, it's 24-hour operation. We all know that. You know, when you see a lot of the other agencies throughout the county, in private sector and everywhere, where, you know, you can work from home, that's not the case here with many of the duties and the responsibilities that we have as law enforcement. You know, it's all of it, the majority of it is essential. You have to be here.